Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the On Season Sports Podcast. Today, our 23rd episode, I believe, on the top of my head, and we have a very special guest, a student of the UWRF, future MLB umpire, Mr. Cole Tappy. Thank you for being here with us.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for having me.
In today's episode, Cole is going to be our second Cole, obviously, but he's going to be going through the sports update with us, and then we're going to pick his brain a little between the MLB and NFL segments. So let's get right into the sports. Actually, before we do, I always forget, we are on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Anchor. If you guys can go give us a review and rating on Apple Podcasts, that is greatly appreciated. And now into the sports. Our first topic is the NHL. Starting off a little slow, but we're going to go with a round one.
All right, wake me up when this topic's over.
A round one recap of the NHL. Did they just end, Cole, like recently, past 2 days?
Yeah, well, they just started the next round.
Who won the Stanley Cup?
Nobody yet.
They just started round two a couple days ago. So 3 of the 4 series are one game in, and then the 4th one I think they play tonight.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. So Saturday, the Stars beat the Avalanche, take a 1-0 lead. Sunday, Bruins beat the Lightning. They're up 1-0. Vegas beat Canucks. They're up 1-0. And today, the Islanders are playing the Flyers right now for Game 1. And then Stars and Avalanche play again later tonight for Game 2. Who did we all end up picking? Is all of our picks out from –
Yeah, I picked Oilers.
Oilers?
We were out first round.
I
did say Philadelphia Flyers. Are they still in?
The Flyers are in. Yep, they're currently losing at the moment.
They're making the finals. So.
I know Cole picked Boston. Didn't you pick Boston?
Yeah, I had a matchup between Boston and St. Louis, and little did I know that was last year's matchup as well. I didn't even really realize that, so it's kind of a shitty pick. But St. Louis lost first round to Vancouver. And right now Boston's up 1-0 on Tampa Bay. I think it's going to end up being the Flyers, and I think Vegas Knights are really good. They're really good. They're probably going to be the one out of the West that makes it, I think. But we'll see.
Hey,
I just hope it's –
I don't even know who I picked.
We know you picked Chicago Blackhawks, and they lost. They got through the qualifying round, but then they lost. Pretty bad. Just leave it at that.
At least I got them out of the first round.
That's true.
Is Calgary still in it?
No.
Okay, I was gonna say they got a pretty cool logo, so that'd be cool.
Let's see. What NHL stuff do we have? NHL 21 cover was announced. Who was on it?
Can you guys take a guess on who's on it?
Oh, I did see it.
Ovechkin.
It is Alexander Ovechkin.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Alex Ovechkin.
Fuck.
What did you say?
I said Duncan Keith.
Oh.
Yo, that's quite the pull, actually, from Keith. I'm surprised you know who that is.
Yeah, I agree with that.
He looked up Chicago Blackhawks players just for this moment.
No, those are the only 3 dudes I know.
That's
surprising. So anyway,
actually.
Yeah, Alex Ovechkin is the NHL 21 cover athlete. There's 3 versions of the game. You got the standard, and then the deluxe edition, and then the 3rd edition is called the Great 8 edition, I guess you'd say. The covers for each of them are pretty sweet. The Great 8 edition, which is going to be the most expensive one, has like a black and white edited picture, I guess you'd say, of him from his rookie year. So like the old throwback jerseys they used to wear back then. It's pretty cool if you care to take a look at it. Yeah, I guess that's. I don't know. I don't honestly buy NHL all that often. Don't buy sports games all that often.
I didn't know if you just buy it because Ovechkin's on the cover. Or just,
yeah, I would maybe buy it for that reason, but I mean, it's not on the top of my list, I guess.
NHL,
he got on again.
The video game has been the same since 2011, so I don't think people need to
Welcome
worry
to
about
EA Sports.
Yeah,
exactly, dude.
So
exactly.
Anything else on the NHL? I'm specifically talking to Cole.
Sucks. It's time to move on.
Wow. Hey, it's
Wow.
sports. It's sports. We're playing
Wow.
sports. First game back too.
I'm sorry.
All right.
I feel so toxic right now.
After Keith said that, we'll move on. We'll move on to the NBA. In the NBA, oh God, when was that? Yesterday? 2 days ago? God, we're recording on Monday. My dates are all thrown around. So, Luka Doncic was that Sunday? Yeah,
Yesterday.
Sunday.
Game winner.
Yeah.
Hit a game winner and a 21-point comeback without Kristaps Porzingis yesterday. The man dropped like 38 points. What was his stat line? Hold on.
He had a triple double.
He had 43 points, 17 rebounds, and 13 assists, and they ended up winning 135-133. For the NBA that is still going on, the Miami Heat are currently playing right now as we speak, Game 4, and they're up 3-0. The Bucks won earlier today. They're up 3-1 in the series. The Rockets and Thunder. The Thunder won today, tied up the series at 2, and the Lakers and Trailblazers. Lakers are up 2-1, and they play later tonight. And then we have Jazz and Nuggets. Utah leads 3-1. They play tomorrow. And the Clippers and Mavs play tomorrow for Game 5 as well. Let's see. As of Monday, August 24th, after the 76ers got absolutely shit on, they are an embarrassment.
The process.
Joel Embiid looked like he didn't know what he was doing half the time, but the 76ers came out earlier this morning and they fired their coach, Brett Brown, of, I think, how many years has he been there? Anybody know? I heard it was like 7, but I don't know if that's right.
7 or 8.
Yeah,
okay.
Sounds right.
Yeah, so 7 years they fired him, and then there was possible talks of Ty Lue, the old Cavs coach when LeBron was there.
So what, they keeping him for a year or
Who knows? Who honestly knows?
Dude, he's a one-hit wonder, man.
Why would they need Ty Lue? Nobody on that team can coach themselves.
Yeah.
They ain't got a star like LeBron on that team.
They got Ben Simmons. What are you talking about?
Ben Simmons is ass.
I heard a thing. You're telling me
that the Sixers got swept.
He wasn't even playing. He was hurt. Simmons was hurt.
But still, you're telling me both those guys, Simmons and Embiid, cannot get healthy for the playoffs, and they've had all this time.
I think they trade Simmons.
I was just going to say that.
I don't think they can play together.
I think on part of my take, the episode that came out today, they said that they should trade Simmons for Zach LaVine. It didn't sound too stupid.
I heard like Zach LaVine, Chris Dunn, and a first round pick.
Mm-hmm. Keith doesn't like that, even though he's not really a Bulls fan.
I'm not giving up a first round pick for Ben Simmons. The dude can't score.
Hey, he scores. He's an athlete.
He's like 22 a game, dude. And he's like, he's on all defense. First team.
We need shooters. I need shooters.
I think the Bulls need a lot more than just shooting. So.
Yeah, the Bulls suck, Keith.
I'm just hoping the Bulls get Obi Toppin.
Jesus Christ. Well, speaking of other teams that suck balls, the Minnesota Timberwolves came out at the number 1 pick in the draft lottery.
Can't make that up.
On Saturday, whenever it was.
We need more first overall picks on our team.
So,
we're really
Alex,
good at developing them.
I'm going to ask Alex, because I know he's a Timberwolves fanatic. Who do you want them to take? Because I know we're going to have a bunch of opinions on this until the draft. So out of the basically top 6 guys, who would you say?
Can I just say my thing first?
Yeah.
If y'all take LaMelo Ball, I'm roasting that team. That's all I'm gonna say.
And that goes into what I'm saying.
Ahead.
Okay, so I think there's no way in hell we trade it for Devin Booker. I've heard taking a look at Otto Porter. I don't like that. I just feel like we're going to have to give up way too much. I think they get
Otto Porter from Chicago?
Yeah.
Excuse me?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So anyway,
that'd be great.
forwards from Georgia. He's
Yeah.
he's good at defense. He can score. I think he'll fit alongside D'Lo really well. I don't think LaMelo Ball really fits because we're going to need to put up like 160 points for us to even have a chance to win games. So I think LaMelo Ball has the best potential to be a top 15, top 10 NBA player, but he also has probably one of the lower floors out of the three.
Mhm. Out of
I'm
your,
gonna say this. Oh God,
you go. No, go.
LaMelo's gonna be outside of the top 10.
Like picks wise, or like
Mm.
just as a player.
There's no way. There's no way because the Knicks want to trade up for him.
Yeah. He's
Wait,
definitely
you're
top
saying the
10.
top 10
hold
draft
on.
picks?
If that happens, the Knicks are selling. That's the
There's
only thing I
no
can see
way
doing.
LaMelo Ball
think about
falls out of the lottery.
No, the Knicks pick 8. There's no way they fall past the Knicks.
Oh, the Knicks pick 8 then.
LaMelo Ball is considered one of the top 3 players in the draft.
Correct.
There's
You're
no
saying
way
that
he
LaMelo
falls out
Ball.
of 10.
You're thinking LaMelo Ball is outside of the top 10 in terms of talent. You
Not saying draft picks.
You had to say this draft class. Then again, I don't know anything outside the top 7 or 8 guys. So I mean, I guess.
No, I think we're confused. Which one are you referring to? Are you referring to he's not going to fall, or he is going to fall outside the top 10 in terms of the actual draft, or like overall skill, he's a top 10 player or not? Which one are you talking about?
No, I was talking about the draft, but I didn't realize the Knicks were 8. So disregard that statement.
Okay.
Well, it's LaMelo Ball, Anthony Edwards, and who's the third guy? That's like the top
Wiseman.
3.
James
Wiseman.
Wiseman.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they're-
Memphis.
And then Denny Adiha, whatever his name is, from
Denny
Israel.
Adiha, Obi Toppin, and Tyrese Halliburton is the.
I'm
basically
gonna
the
tell you right
number
now.
6.
I'm going to put it in stone. Denny Adiha is going to be on the Bulls. That's the Bulls pick for sure.
I agree with that because I just don't think that the Warriors, depending on who the Wolves take, I think Anthony Edwards is probably the smartest pick for the Wolves. If they somehow consider James Wiseman, that's fine. But between the top 2 picks, I don't think LaMelo Ball should see either of those teams just because they don't need a guy that shoots. They have plenty of scorers, but if the Warriors are stupid enough to pick him, that's fine.
Yeah,
so it's all down to
quick
Charlotte.
when we talk about the Warriors. One of the main reasons why I don't think that Timberwolves can trade that pick is because the Warriors don't really need that pick, so they're gonna just swipe any trade offer because they don't have to give up as much for him.
Yeah, that's true.
Because if teams are trading up, they're trading up for LaMelo Ball, and the Timberwolves, in my opinion, aren't taking LaMelo Ball.
Or they shouldn't at least.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Let's see. We talked about that.
One more thing about coaches really quick, since we talked about Brett Brown being fired. Apparently the Nets are trying to trade for
Greg
Popovich, which just when we thought that and no coach could handle Kyrie, this is the only coach that I think could handle Kyrie.
Him or Coach K. I bet Coach K could do it.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, in terms of NBA, who would you?
Yeah,
Who else
Greg
would you want
Popovich
to
is
coach the Nets?
literally the best coach in the NBA right now. If that
How
makes
much
sense.
how much do you think you have to trade for Greg Popovich?
I didn't think it was like you couldn't trade for coach. I didn't think that was a thing.
Yeah, Doc
I don't-
Rivers was traded for.
There.
Doc Rivers is a piece of shit.
He was
Oh,
traded
yeah,
from the
I don't-
Celtics to the Clippers.
Really?
I don't know what you would consider to be trade worthy for a head coach of
Good
I don't know,
coach,
I've-
it's hard to say.
caliber.
I don't know. With Popovich locked up, he might be worth it. He's arguably the best coach in the last.
Oh no, definitely. Yes, he is the best coach. I just
How
don't.
much-
I don't.
how much does he
understand,
left in the
capital.
tank?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess. All right.
Let's see.
Uh,
What else? One more thing. Today is Kobe Bryant Day, August 8th.
It is.
Or August 8th. August 24th, 2020. The day after his birthday, too. So basically 2 back-to-back days we could celebrate Kobe Bryant. And they came out today, the Staples Center, the street in front of it, is going to be named Kobe Bryant Boulevard.
This is a permanent thing, or this is today's thing?
They
They didn't rename it for the day.
No, they're changing it for good. It's going to be
Oh, okay,
Kobe
gotcha.
Bryant Boulevard. So
Nice.
kind of cool. and rest in peace, the legend. Let's move on, unless you guys have any more NBA news.
I don't have any, no.
Anything?
Let's get on to a real sport.
Yeah, real sport, the PGA Tour. This last weekend,
Right.
the tour was at the TPC Boston, and Dustin Johnson came through, and he scored 30 under par
Jesus.
over 4 rounds. He won 1.7 million, and the guy that took second, he shot 19 under, and he still won $1 million. So
I think it
I don't
was.
know
I
why
don't
you're-
remember if
I don't know
it
why
was
that's
the. God
Go
damn
ahead,
it.
Cole. Sorry. Go ahead.
I don't remember if it was the first round or the second round for Dustin Johnson, but he was 1 stroke short of shooting a 59 in the round, which is just insane
Yeah.
for any PGA course. I don't remember which round it was, but he shot a 60, which is still crazy, obviously, but shooting a 59 on any PGA course is very, very impressive.
after he was doing having back surgery like the week after some shit. It not actual back surgery, but like he acted like he needed back surgery. So
Yeah, how is this a playoff course? I don't understand. There's no way that they should shoot 30 under. Because kind of irrelevant, but on Golf Club the video game, that course is the easiest on the game, no cap.
it
Course.
must be the easiest course in the PGA Tour too, obviously. So
Yeah.
not many scores go above 30.
Yeah.
Or below 30, however you look at it. So other news, this is just something really fucking weird. A golfer by the name of Scotty Scheffler, apparently
Sounds like a golfer. He sounds like a golfer.
I saw it on ESPN. He was, I think it was like the 4th round, 3rd round, Saturday, whatever day it was. Apparently they were walking down like the 7th fairway, and his caddy had to be carted off the course because of a leg injury or something like that. And I was like, what the hell?
Nice.
Like he rolled
That could
his
only
ankle.
happen. That could only happen in golf, honestly.
He had to be carted off the field or off the course. That's let's see. He'll know
The
more.
only
than-
other guy I would expect it to be would be Bryson DeChambeau.
Yeah,
That's kind of
fuck,
iconic, not gonna lie.
fuck that guy.
Think about how many guys have been carted off the golf course before you're up there.
Well, I mean, maybe they just carried him onto a golf cart, and then like because they can say it that way. So.
Yeah.
Oh shoot, I forgot. I didn't even see we added college to this, so we'll just go down the line. After unless someone has PGA talk.
Nah.
When's the next major? 2 weeks? Longer than that.
Yeah.
Sounds right.
I guess one thing, Brooks Koepka is probably gonna miss the U.S. Open because of his knee.
Wham.
So-
Good for him.
So yeah, that's the only news that we have. Okay, college football. Let's go.
College football preseason AP poll came out, and Alex is going to read it off because I don't have it up at the moment. Or you don't have it up either?
I don't have it up. No.
Oh, okay.
On
I'll
the
read
spot.
it. I was trying to.
I got it. Hold on. Number 1 overall team is
Clemson.
Clemson. Ohio State is 2.
Yeah.
Alabama 3.
Roll Tide.
Yes, sir.
Georgia's 4. Oklahoma's 5. LSU 6. They had 1 vote for number 1. Penn State 7. Florida 8. Oregon 9. Notre Dame 10. Auburn 11. The Badgers 12. Texas A&M 13. Texas 14. Oklahoma State 15. Michigan 16. USC 17. UNC. Wow, North Carolina in top 25? Holy shit.
Yeah,
UNC
they
is
have
18.
They have a good coach.
Yeah.
Good
Mark Brown. Right.
quarterback.
Yeah.
I forgot what to do.
Whatever his name is.
What?
Oh,
Oh,
said that they have a good quarterback. That's what I heard. So,
Mitchell
19.
They produced Trubisky. So.
Number
50.
19 is the Minnesota Golden Gophers. 20 is Cincinnati.
wow.
21 is UCF. 22 is Utah. 23 Iowa State, 24 Iowa, and 25 Tennessee. And Memphis is getting 86 votes. Virginia Tech is getting 85, and Boise State's getting 68. So
Fuck UCF, dude. I hate UCF.
I do
we'll
as well.
see. We'll see where this even goes if they even end up playing. It's still up in the air because no one's really said anything besides the Big Ten and Pac-12. So
Mhm.
still, and we're like
how
a
many
week
teams in
and
the
a
Big
half.
Ten? 2, 3, 5,
For
6 Big Ten teams. Okay.
that's pretty good.
Yeah, because Michigan State should be in there, but they're the worst program ever. Michigan State has fallen off the face of the earth.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Ever since Saban left.
A while ago.
Yeah, 07. Oh, it was
All
even
right.
way before that. Yeah.
Anyone have any college? I wish we had more college stuff. College football is fun to talk about.
It is,
we
but
don't.
it's just so up in the air right now. You don't.
Yeah, that's true.
There's nothing to talk about.
Okay, I got a thing. Do you think that players who had their seasons cut short because their conferences aren't playing will be valued less than players who did play in the draft?
Ooh.
No, depends on who the player is and what they've.
But the
proven
thing,
their
the
seasons
thing that
are.
the thing that I have to say is like, what happens to the teams that play now, and then what if there is a spring season? Like, how do you evaluate that?
Well,
Yeah,
here's
they're
the
playing
thing.
in totally
The
different
draft
weather.
would still be in the spring.
Exactly.
So how is
Like,
that? How
it's-
would that?
No, so what I heard is that if they do end up playing in the spring, the NFL would accommodate their off-season schedule to configure with
Well, yeah, they
college football.
go from
But-
banging heads to getting picked by an NFL team just to bang some heads some more.
Exactly.
yeah.
They wouldn't get much of a
CTE.
Yeah,
break.
Josh
I
Boyd.
think that any player that's projected to be a top 2 round player will opt out of the season if they play spring ball.
Yeah. Well, Nick Saban said it's just going to turn into JV football.
Yeah, that's what it's gonna be. It's if you want to. I guaranteed like Tappy, you could transfer and be a wide receiver at Alabama this year if they play
I
football.
might be able to.
Let's see. Do we have anything? No. We'll move on. Doesn't sound like we have much college. So our next topic, the UFC boxing. We're just going to touch on it. The 47-year-old Oscar De La Hoya wants to come out of retirement and he wants to fight 11-time champ. So we'll see another. I guess that whole generation of boxing and fighting just wants to come out of retirement to beat the shit out of somebody.
Dana White's one of his friends, and somebody asked what his opinion was about him coming back.
I heard
he said
this.
cocaine's not getting cheaper.
Yeah, exactly. So he's just trying to find a way to get some drug money. We are going to a new segment, our sports cards. And as of, let's see what day this is, one day ago, August 23rd, 2020, Mike Trout's rookie card, a 2009 Bowman Draft Picks Chrome Prospect Superfractor, graded 9 mint, and the Beckett autograph of 10, sold for $3.9 million, becoming the highest selling sports card of all time. There's been a lot of record breaks for sports cards in the past, 3 months we've had, and it hasn't happened any time before. Yeah, that's a lot of money.
Was it that one dude that lives in Vegas who has like?
No, not
Vegas
Vegas
Dave.
Dave. Not
Vegas
Vegas
Dave.
Dave. Not Vegas.
It was a different guy.
Yeah. So that's all we got for that. But so we got 2 left.
Yeah, the high price of that stuff's insane.
It is.
2 things left. We got actually we got 3. MLB. We're gonna ask Mr. Tappy little questions. We're talking about the NFL, and we'll go one fantasy football topic that we have. So in the MLB this week, we're gonna go over the standings. We're looking about the average MLB team is roughly at 30 games or so. At the top of the AL East, the Tampa Bay Rays are 19-11. The Yankees are 16-9, half a game back. At the AL Central, Minnesota is 19-10, and Cleveland is 17-11, 1.5 back. And Chicago White Sox are 17-12. In the AL West, Oakland is 20-9, and Houston trails behind them 15-13, 4.5 back. NL East, the Atlanta Braves are 16-12. Miami is 11-11. The Cubs are 17-10. St. Louis is 9-8. My beloved Milwaukee Brewers are tied for third, 11-15, 5.5 games back. And the Dodgers are 22-8 in the West. San Diego, 18-12, 4 games back. And that's basically it for the standings. But over the last week, we kind of had some MLB frustrations taken out. I don't like to use the term boomer per se, but the people that have been around the game a lot longer than I have would like to write these unwritten rules, as people called it. And Francisco Tatis Jr. of the San Diego Padres, they were playing the who did I say? Francisco? Whatever, same difference. The Padres were playing the Rangers, and Tatis hit a 3-0 grand slam, and the Rangers manager did not like that. But if we go back to 2007, yesterday actually, to the date, yesterday, the Rangers beat the Orioles 30-3. And they want to talk about someone swinging the bat on a 3-0 pitch.
Exactly.
Let's see who said this. This is Chris Woodward, whoever Chris Woodward is.
He's the skipper for the Rangers, yeah.
He came out and said, I didn't personally like it. You're up by 7 in the 8th inning. It's typically not a good time 3-0. It's kind of the way we were all raised in the game, but the norms are being challenged. So fuck that guy.
Who's raised not to swing the bat on a 3-0 count?
I don't.
Yeah, if you don't want to throw or to swing on a grand slam or with the bases loaded,
don't throw it down the middle.
Don't throw a tater.
Yeah, exactly.
Like 75 mile an hour.
This goes back to our topic that we talked about a couple weeks ago. I got heated on, like about Joe Kelly. MLB pitchers get paid a lot of money to throw strikes. Like, they can locate 17 inches of a home plate.
18.
Don't throw it down the fucking middle. That's all I have to say. If you don't want to hit it out, don't throw it down the middle. So
not only that, but the guy loaded the bases at that. Like, if you don't want the guy to hit a grand slam, don't leave one down the middle of the fucking plate and don't load the bases.
Yeah.
That's easier said than done, but like, what do you expect the guy to do?
Yeah,
exactly. Not like what? Who cares?
You
We've seen teams make bigger comebacks than that.
Go ahead, Alex.
No, I was saying that we've seen teams make bigger comebacks than how much they were up in that game. I guess I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why not just pile on the runs? Who knows that
Exactly.
if there's some weird tiebreakers, they don't want to play tiebreaker games, and it's run differential or some BS.
Exactly, that's a great point too, because every game matters in these 60 games. Like, for them,
exactly.
for them to do that is not that big of a I don't know what the word is, but like, it's just not. It's a smart thing to do on in terms of winning games and trying to make the playoffs and stuff. And they're in a good division too with the Dodgers and stuff. So it's every game does matter. And I don't remember what I was going to say, but go ahead. Anyone else?
Come playoff time, they're going to need to score a lot of runs. So if they're going to make the playoffs, they need to win games, and if that's how they're going to win games, and that's how they're going to win games, who cares?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I remember what I was going to say.
Okay, go ahead. Jesus fucking Christ, I can't even say anything.
Well, no one cares what you have to say anyway, so I'll go ahead. Anyway, I just remember what I was going to say is that they were up by 7. I don't remember. Does anyone remember when what inning he hit the grand slam?
The 8th inning.
7 or 8, yeah.
It was the 8th inning.
So they're only up by 7. If they happen to get into a jam and the Rangers end up hitting a grand slam or having a huge inning, like you said, Alex, like, teams have come back for more. Like, it can easily happen. Them up by 7, it's a lot. I guess when you like 7's a lot, but like, it could easily in one inning not be a lot, and they could, it'd be a run or two up very easily.
Yeah.
I mean, so for them to hit a grand slam, I mean, really, It's just how it works.
Just to play the game.
Keith?
All right, Keith, say your point.
Am I good to talk?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I got
All right.
one more thing I want to say. No, just kidding. Go ahead.
All right. So I don't know if you guys saw, but the Padres manager was like not sticking behind Fernando Tatis, as he was like on the side of the Texas Rangers manager, on the point of he should not have bat, and he
Yep.
gave him the call to not swing.
Yeah, I heard all that.
So you have
Yeah.
to think
Keith,
that Fernando
Keith,
Tatis
can you hear me?
Nobody heard that flag, did I? Oh my god.
Yeah.
Hello?
Hello?
So basically,
Oh,
what
there
you're
it is.
saying is
Now
that
his video's back.
so he had the green light to swing on he said that all their batters have a green light to swing on 3-0, but he got a take sign. He missed the take sign.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
really?
missed his take sign, so the Padres manager was upset with him because he was supposed to take he was just supposed to take the pitch.
Fuck that
And
guy.
then exactly, that's
Who
stupid, right?
gives a fuck?
And
Let the kids
I don't
play.
know if you guys saw
Oh,
this
Jesus.
either. His grand slam, exactly. Fernando Tatis' grand slam led the team to hit 4 grand slams in their next 4 games, which is a record. An MLB record.
Yeah, they hit 6
More
grand
grand-
slams
consecutive
all
grand slams in a
season.
game.
Yeah, their Twitter changed themselves to Slam Diego.
Yeah.
Wow, that's cringy.
To
Yeah.
add on it, I was completely
But you have to think,
surprised
if it was a
that
real grand slam,
Wait,
maybe they won't hit a grand slam. Yeah, that record.
Keith is like speed talking now.
he is. He's on crack or
God
something.
damn it, dude. I need to fucking
Wait,
move. It's time
Taffy,
to
what
move.
were you saying? What were
I
you
was saying
Taffy?
I was completely surprised how that pitcher for the Rangers did not get tossed or even warned. I don't know how you can justify throwing a MLB pitcher throwing a fastball behind a player.
Oh, yeah. Like right after
Is-
it happened, too,
Uh-huh.
right?
Yeah, it's the very next pitch behind Machado.
Couldn't
Yeah.
have happened to a
And-
better guy though, honestly.
Yeah, I mean,
for
don't
real.
get me wrong.
Manny
I hate
Machado's a
Machado,
cocksucker.
but I don't know how you can
the-
justify a fastball going to the backstop behind a batter.
Yeah.
The Texas Ranger manager actually told him to do that, and he just happened to fucking miss it.
Yeah. I mean,
He told him to hit him?
Yeah,
I
and
believe it.
he blew it. He couldn't even do that right.
He couldn't locate.
Like Joe Kelly out here.
Yeah.
Speaking
I
of
have
Manny
a- I have
Machado
a-
wasn't standing on home plate.
I have kind of a take though about this whole thing with, challenging tradition and way things are supposed to be in baseball. The whole thing about people not having things done a certain way, like that's why people think baseball is boring, and that's why they
Mhm.
don't watch it, and that's why they don't care. People
Because
want to
it-
see runs
Yeah.
scored. People want to see home runs hit. They don't want to see the right thing done, quote unquote, when it's like it's just not fun to watch as a fan. That's why
Mhm.
people think it's boring and why it goes so slow too as well.
They call it America's pastime, but we don't need to fucking drag out the game like they did in the fucking 30s where they're like 6 hours long. So
Well,
And
let's
like
think about
these guys are adults. These guys are grown men. You're telling me like they can't
deal
take the
with it.
fact that they are getting blown out of the water, by 10 runs. Like, be better.
Yeah,
Just
and
be better.
what do you think shows on Sports Center? Walking home a runner with the bases loaded, or a grand slam by one of the best young players in the league?
on
Yeah,
a 3-0
like,
pitch.
that's how you
That,
get
that
people
had
to
to be the
watch.
headline. Exactly.
That, and speaking of Sports Center, they did a little thing where they said list of unwritten rules in baseball, and then it was just a blank sheet on the
Yeah,
slide
it had nothing.
on-
It had
on
nothing
Sports
written
Center.
down, just numbers. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like who cares? Unwritten rules are just
A joke.
It's dumb.
It's a fucking joke.
yeah.
So Trevor Bauer seems to be one of the I don't want to call it like ambassadors, but someone in the MLB that finally is taking a charge and started saying shit, if that makes sense. Like,
He's the most outspoken.
yeah,
So
Absolutely.
kind of like an ambassador.
An advocate.
yeah, kind of.
Advocate, I'd
An
say.
advocate, that's a
So
better
I'd
word.
probably call it an ambassador. Go ahead.
He basically came out and said fuck the kids. Fuck the kids. Not fuck the kids. Fuck the managers. Let the kids play. It really wasn't that. It was like keep swinging on 3-0. He's talking
Fuck
to
them
Ted.
kids.
But what I really was going to talk about, we were talking about Joe Kelly. Did you guys see Trevor Bauer's cleats that he could not wear?
Yeah.
That
Yep.
shit was stupid. For anyone
Is
listening,
Joe Kelly still suspended?
I don't think so. Didn't he pitch like the other?
I
I'm
feel like-
pretty sure I saw him pitch the other day.
I feel like I would have saw a headline like Joe Kelly's back.
Yeah,
Who knows?
hard to say.
Yeah, but either way, for anyone listening, he had right before their game, and I don't know where they were, Kansas City or some shit like that. He had his cleats with the Joe Kelly.
No, they were not in Kansas City. They would not be playing Kansas City.
I'm pretty sure they would.
Yeah, they would.
It's the
They're in the
Central.
Central.
Yeah,
The Central.
Yeah. AL Central.
AL Central and
The
L Central.
The
No,
Dodgers?
he's on the Reds. Trevor Bauer's on the
No,
Reds.
Trevor
Oh, I thought you were
Bauer's
about-
tweets.
I thought you were talking about Joe Kelly. I'm like,
Oh no,
yeah.
no!
He's
My
with-
bad.
yeah.
Trevor Bauer was. They were playing. The Reds were playing in Kansas City because after the game he was wearing a shirt that referenced him throwing the ball over the scoreboard. I don't remember what it said. It was actually pretty funny. But he was gonna wear the cleats, had the face that Joe Kelly made, and then on the other shoe it said "Free Joe Kelly." So
I love how Trevor Bauer embraces the memes.
yeah, he doesn't
Yeah.
give a shit.
Yeah.
We need more of that
The
in
best-
baseball.
The best thing that Trevor Bauer, he put a YouTube video on his channel on how Max Kepler torched him in 4 straight at bats for 4 home runs. He like broke it down pitch by pitch. It was great.
That's funny. All right. Next news. We have the Red Hot White Sox. Basically, what happened with the White Sox as of yesterday: 27 home runs in 7 days. MLB record. And they announced today that Jose Abreu is the AL Player of the Week.
God, you just brought it up for me. Thank you. I was just about to say, ever since I just shit on that man, whatever podcast that was, where that dude cannot hit cleanup, he's been tearing the fucking
It's
cover
because Tim
off the
Anderson
baseball.
came back. I told you.
Yeah.
Tim Anderson
Jose
comes
Abreu's
back.
a listener.
Jose Abreu is good.
He's a listener. He's a team player.
Yeah, exactly.
He's a fan of the podcast.
Other MLB, did you guys see the Zach Greinke thing? His pitch that he threw yesterday?
The EFIS, 54
Yeah.
miles an
EFIS.
hour.
54 miles an hour, setting a record low for himself. It was,
Was it a
I
strike?
think- yeah, it was a straight. It was right down. It was like slow pitch softball. Like,
Yeah.
Wow.
yeah, it was pretty bad. You should watch it. It's, yeah. Let's
I would've
see.
crushed
And then earlier in the week, we had some rookies. What did he just say?
He said he would have crushed it. I like the cold face that he made.
Andy Borjan hitting at 418.
Softball last year would say otherwise, Keith. Just say it.
Hey, man, I was pretty good. I don't know what you're talking about, Cole.
Okay.
Alex. MLB power rankings. Has anyone looked at these?
On which
not.
website?
MLB.
Oh, that's the one I haven't looked at. No.
Okay, so number 10, San Diego Padres.
San Diego Padres.
Number 9, the White Sox. 8,
Yeah.
the Braves. Indians are 7. The Cubs are
Who's
6.
8? Wait, the Braves. Okay, gotcha.
Cubs are 6. Rays are 5. Yankees fell all the way to 4. The Twins are 3. Oakland's 2, and the Dodgers at 1 still. So
Sweet. That's the highest I've seen the Twins. Let's go.
haven't they
Who
been
wrote
at
that
3rd?
article?
I don't know. It's on MLB.com.
I was gonna give them a follow on Twitter.
Okay.
No, everyone this week had them at 4 or 5, so 3 is pretty cool.
It's because the Yankees fell off. So, anything else on the MLB specifically, like with it happened the last week or two?
Nelson Cruz is winning the MVP. Oh, I do have a Nelson Cruz stat. Hold up.
Can we get a Luis Arise batting title update too?
Yeah, we can do that too.
Pretty sure he's still batting below 300.
Oh God, no, he can't. No, we'll check
He's
it
not
out.
gonna win it.
What's
dude.
this Nelson? What's this Nelson Cruz
Hold on,
stat
I'm
you were
trying to
talking?
find it. I'm trying to find it. Stall. Somebody come bring up something for MLB.
The Cleveland Indians actually had some rookie by the name of something McKenzie. What?
Isaiah.
Isaiah?
No, the Indians. The Indians DFA'd Mike Clevenger because he didn't follow the rules and one of their players was going to opt out.
Mm-hmm.
That
He's on the
happened.
trade block right now. Like, he is the top name as a trade rumor to leave. So
Yeah. Okay, I got the stat.
I also heard Trevor Bauer was on a trade block too.
yeah, they have everybody.
I don't know why though, but
That guy's gonna play for every team. He's like Gaffio Puig. Nelson.
Yeah, so we,
Okay, so Nelson Cruz is in his age 39 season. He's got a 192 on base plus slugging, and that'd be the second highest among age 39 seasons, only behind Barry Bonds. He's ahead of Ted Williams, Babe Ruth, David Ortiz, and basically anyone you can think of besides Barry Bonds. So that guy is ageless for
so
sure.
you're telling me he's better than Barry Bonds?
No, Barry Bonds is the only one that's better than him right now.
Oh, okay. Luis Ariz batting update. He has 70 at bats.
270, I think, right? 270.
0 home runs, 0 stolen
He doesn't
bases.
hit home runs.
He has 5 RBIs and a 271 batting average.
Yeah.
His career batting average is still 324 though.
damn, Alex. I think Tim Anderson's gonna win the batting title. He has a shot to fucking Luis Rise.
That's cap.
He doesn't qualify for at bats right now though. So, all right, let's move on.
Not
We're
yet.
moving
He
on.
will though. He's
We're
at
moving on.
350.
We're moving on. We're gonna pick Cole Tappy's brain at the moment. All right.
Excellent.
This is what the people came for.
Indeed.
All right, Mr. Tappy, my first legitimate question for you says, why the fuck were you talking to the professional or MLB umpire Jim Joyce and Tom Verducci at one point in the past few months? We just don't know why.
Okay. Well, the Tom Verducci one, that was with some current MLB umpires. The one with Jim Joyce, that was Pedro Gomez. But the Umps Care charity, which is the charity that the MLB umpires run and retired MLB umpires, they're like, you know what? We're not having a season right now as of yet. Let's give ourselves a little more publicity.
Mm-hmm.
And throw it out to these guys you pay $50 and it's to charity in the grand scheme of things. And Jeff Nelson, they talked more or less about kind of like what it takes, like, because they're just current guys. But then the one recently with Jim Joyce, Dale Scott, Gary Darling, and Steve Ripley, they just talked about like past stories. So obviously Jim Joyce had to talk about the blown call and the in
Perfect
Detroit
game.
and the perfect game. They talked about working the 2001 World Series just after 9/11, and just all these crazy stories of what it takes, what they've been through. And I just thought that as a great opportunity to kind of like, that is my goal and dream as a umpire, a sports official.
Yep.
Is to potentially try to make it there. So I was like, if I can pick their brain, why not?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you just answered my second question was, where do you want this officialing career to take off? And you basically said it's like a goal of yours. So let's see. I think Alex wrote this question. Okay. If you were to get – no, let me take that back. We're putting you in the MLB as an umpire.
Okay.
And if an argument got physical, what MLB player / manager could you take in a fight?
Could I take? Okay. Could I take? Holy cow!
I definitely would place bets on him beating Dustin Pedroia's ass. Or like Jose Altuve.
No.
Yeah, we gotta think about matchups.
I think I could
so.
go.
I pay to whoop his
that'd
ass.
be a
Jose
decent
Altuve.
matchup with Jose Altuve.
All you have to do is stick your hand on in front of his face.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I don't
Or
know.
I guess another question: who's a player that you hate?
I am not a fan of Bryce Harper.
Damn, that's tough.
Me
You know why? 'Cause
neither. Thank you.
I love Bryce Harper. Like, look at this.
Don't get
Like,
me wrong. He's a talented athlete. Talented athlete. Completely a hot hit.
Yeah, I agree with that. That's maybe why I like him a little bit.
I
but-
love the player, hate the personality, if that makes sense.
I think you're coming from the umpiring standpoint. He's awful to umpires when he freaks out. That's kind of
Well, yeah, agreed. But like, as an umpire, you deal with obviously the talent of the players, but you also deal with the personalities. And he just does not have a personality that you can just kind of. That's a tough one to like react to, I guess.
Mhm. Yeah.
Mhm.
And especially if you're working like MLB games like that, like the umpires are put under pressure because like you're dealing with like full-grown adults and they lift a lot of fucking weight.
Yeah.
Like if they want to, they can knock your ass out. Like
Yeah,
and they don't
exactly.
care. So
Mhm.
Ron Artest, bro. It just reminds me of Ron Artest.
Let's see. Cole put this one. What are your thoughts on a electronic strike zone being put in place, like potentially into the? I think they started it in low A ball in minor leagues. And what kind of impact do you think that puts on umpires?
So when they implemented the electronic strike zone, so what they did is they actually had an umpire get dressed. He had his plate, shoes, shin guards, all the whole 9 yards, and he had AirPods in. And he would sit behind the catcher, and he would get the input from the computer, but he has the authority to override. Like if it says ball, and he's like, "Damn, that was a fucking strike."
Yeah, it's like it's
he
right
could call
there.
it. He'd go boom.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. But so with that being said, my personal opinion on the matter, if the game is being played by humans, it should be officiated by humans, if that makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's been proven that this, like you watch Fox Track, and don't get me wrong, Fox Track is not at all the system that the umpires are graded on, but it'll have it just a hair under, or it, like just that outer edge of the ball is touching the strike zone. That's a strike.
Mhm.
Any part of the ball going through the strike zone, that's a strike. But the electronic strike zone or Fox Track always has it as a ball. And then it's struggled at the low parts, at the knees. It struggles up at the belt. I think I have a hard time seeing that being successful.
Yeah, I think if a team is screwed over because of an electronic umpire, there'll be a lot of backlash from like,
absolutely.
How are we placing all of our put all of our chips into a computer system?
Mm-hmm.
I just think that's a horrible idea.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's why it's still in the process, and hopefully it doesn't reach the MLB anytime soon. So until they perfect something.
Yeah.
Did anyone see the missed call in the Royals Twins game where the Royals pitcher pitched one right, and I mean right down the middle? And
I did.
Called it a ball.
Mm-hmm. It was like at his belt,
goodness.
It happened in the A's game in extra innings too.
It was like 100 miles an hour right at the belt, and he called it a ball. He didn't even flinch. He just ball.
Really?
Like it was right down the middle. It was terrible.
Yeah.
I did
so that's
that.
that's the whole argument, though, is that
Gotcha.
I mean, why people think that this would be a good thing is for calls like that wouldn't get missed. But
yeah, don't get me wrong, but you as an umpire,
go ahead.
Okay, you're seeing. So let's know how many pitches do you think you see behind the plate for your amateur league games? 200.
Like a game, like a full game.
Full game.
Yeah, I would say 200 to 220.
200. Yeah. I mean, you might even see more than that.
Exactly.
How are you supposed to get 200 to 200 pitches exactly right?
Yep.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong. I mean, nobody's perfect. I mean, Jim Wolf last year, he worked Game 7 of the World Series. He had his percentage of called strikes, so that's callable pitches. So that doesn't count swings.
Yep.
His was at like 98%. That's insane. Over the whole season, that is insane.
That's why he's working. That's why he's working the World Series.
Game 7
though.
World Series.
Exactly.
No shit. Yeah.
I think with the whole electronic thing, it's just baseball's a game of human error.
Absolutely.
And if they take it out, if they take human error out, the game is just going to be played perfectly, and that's not how it should be played.
No. Like a perfect batting average is what, 300? That's 7 strikeouts or 7 lineouts, 7 pop-outs. You know, like it's a game of failure.
Exactly.
So,
and it's about the only sport that's like that.
yeah,
and
maybe golf, but
yeah, but I don't think changing officials should be
priority.
What they need to do to fix the game.
Yeah.
So, all right. Anyone? Any more questions? I mean, he answered the ones that I wrote down already. So.
We didn't really talk about. So you said that your goals are to reach the MLB. What are your next steps to doing that, or how do you reach that?
Yeah. So as of now, I'm just a college student, working my way just through high school stuff, working high school ball, a little bit of the American Legion, and then like the amateur league that Noah plays in as well. So that work in the amateur league is probably right now my biggest step going towards. My plan is to, as soon as I graduate from college, is to go down to umpire school and try to make it down there and see how that goes.
Where's that at?
I might attend that one. There's a couple of them. There's one in Ormond Beach, Florida. Otherwise, I forget where the other one is, but they're down Florida way. Spring training stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you get like Hunter Wendelstedt, current MLB umpire. He runs one. There's the MILB, so the minor leagues, and you just you start there. You're not guaranteed a spot. If you do good enough, you get to keep going and see how it goes. But
are call-ups kind of like how it is for MLB teams? Like you get called up levels, or?
So how it works, like this year especially, they called up probably close to 10 guys, just because I know they had 12 umpires opt out of the season this year professionally with the COVID-19. But you just work your way. Usually you're like really, really, really good AAA guys are like on call. Like Joe Torre, I don't know if he does it anymore. He call you up. Hey, tomorrow you're in Cincinnati. Pack your bags. Okay.
Yeah.
And then, but then the very next day you're back down to AAA. You're not. It's
not guaranteed.
Yeah, that's exactly it. And then once you kind of get that spot as a MLB umpire, you're going to hold on to that as long as you can. Like, look at Joe West. I mean,
my question, adding kind of on that, is where does like college baseball come into play? As in, like, if you go to this umpiring school, are you guaranteed to get in the minor leagues, or is there a chance that like they say, you know what, we're gonna have you go do some high D1 college ball games, because they're pretty close to a solid AA, AAA game depending on the team?
Yeah, absolutely. I know currently there are some clinics and other stuff like that, and camps and schools that are aimed for like the Division One, or not necessarily Division One, but at least college baseball.
Yeah.
But I don't know exactly how that would work at the collegiate level down in like a minor league school or something. You might get a recommendation if you do well enough, but not good enough to maybe make the minor leagues.
And I bet that's all kind of through NCAA as well.
Yeah.
They kind of like to have the handle on things over the MLBs. So.
Yeah.
right.
I have a question about so like kind of a fun question, I guess. So
Yeah.
obviously at a normal game you have 4 umps, correct? On field?
Professionally, yes.
Yeah. So which one is your quote unquote preferred or favorite place on the field
Gotcha.
to
So
call?
I have not worked a 4-man crew yet in my career yet. I've worked a 3-man. But typically what we get for high school is just 2. And then amateur league stuff and little league, whatever, is just usually typically 1. Sometimes you get 2 if you're lucky.
Yeah.
I like to be, I mean, both are very, very nice. Like I like being out in the field, but if I had to, I'd like to just go behind the plate. That's my favorite, just because you're a part of every play, if that makes sense. Like, not that you're going to impact every play, but you see every pitch, you see every hit, you see every hit by pitch. You know, like you can kind of more observe from there than you can
sitting out at first base, picking your nose half the time.
Second, yeah.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
When let's say like when fans or players don't agree with a call that you make, how much does that affect you? Do you get rattled by it, or does that just come with experience?
So at least for me, like, and this goes for football, basketball, like as well, but when I make a call now, the reactions fan wise, it doesn't register. I hear it. Don't get me wrong. Like it's there, but it just doesn't register. Like I'm just worried kind of more or less the players, the coaches, like those reactions. Yes. Don't get me wrong. Like it doesn't necessarily rattle me, but like, okay, does he have a gripe? Maybe, do we need to talk about it? Yes, no. Okay, let's move on.
Yep.
It's just,
the fans are the worst.
Yeah, and I think the thing with the fans is, and this trickles down all the way, there's so many different rule sets, like with the NFL. Like everybody watches Sunday football, and then they go watch their little league football league, and they're like, "Oh, that's passive." Like they're screaming for NFL rules. Like it's not the same, and I don't think everybody understands that.
Yeah, no, and that comes from, I'm going to say, parents. It's the same thing in hockey too. Parents like to put their kids in sports that they've never played before because they want to kind of relive their childhood through someone else almost. And they think everything that their child does is right or wrong, and they just want to throw a temper tantrum at who's ever running the show. So it always comes down to the officials. And I feel because I still play summer baseball, but that league that we play in as an umpire, you're going to be, by the time you graduate college, if you go another however many years, we got 2 years left or whatever.
2 years left, each.
You're going to be a fucking stone cold shit brick house because all those drunk ass people, after one bad call, they go nuts. And I'm like, I don't know how half these guys do it. And I sit behind the plate and I'm like, just shut the hell up. Like, he made the call, so I don't know. I think you have a lot of balls, and I give you a lot of respect for doing what you do.
I appreciate it. Yes, I appreciate it.
So I have one question. I have one question kind of related to what Noah just said about the fans and stuff. We're talking about players and coaches and fans arguing calls. Do you have one story in mind that comes to your mind about just like a good story about someone argue a call and you having to throw them out, or you know what I mean? Just something really funny. Like you have something in mind.
I got some good stories, but I'll tell you a story. The first time I ever ran somebody.
Okay.
So I'm 15. Don't even have my driver's license yet. I got my permit though. And so I left. I was playing C team baseball. I left practice early so I could get to the game. Rode with my grandparents. So we get to the game, and it's cold. It's like raining. Like I'm wearing my jacket. Like it's raining, and it's just not a great night for baseball. And this guy's wearing sunglasses. I'm like, okay, this is how I know this is how it's gonna go. Yeah, exactly. And he's chewing my butt up here and there, whatever. This and that.
Quickly, who was playing? Who was playing?
So it was a St. Croix Central. Like this is like 11U baseball. St. Croix Central and Matamita, maybe.
Okay.
And kid hits a ball down the first base line, and the ball rolls foul. But the pitcher reaches over and grabs it. So this guy thinks it's a fair ball because, like NFL, that'd be a catch.
Sure.
Right? Because he's, even though the ball is out of bounds.
His feet are in, and yep.
It's where the ball is touched that makes it a fair foul ball, not where the player is.
Yep.
Yeah. And so I call it a foul ball. And he just goes nuts. I'm like, okay, whatever. You know, I'm 15. You know, I kind of let him go for a little bit. I'm like, okay, that's it. That's your warning. I'm like, I'm thinking Mr. Big Shot here, right? Yeah. And he comes back, well, can I give you a warning?
Oh, my God, okay.
And I just
slapped him upside the head.
First, boom. Sent him packing.
Sweet.
But, yeah, so did he have
anything to say to that, though? Like, because, I mean, he just...
No, he kind of knew. He's like, okay,
how old was this guy?
And he just left. He was probably like 38, 40-ish. You know, coaching like 11U baseball. It's just like...
It's one of those dads. Yeah, I know exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I think you waited way too long to throw him out. I think you should have thrown him out as soon as you realized that he was wearing sunglasses to a baseball game when it was raining out. I can't believe you waited that long.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gosh darn. But yeah, no, that was the very first time I ran somebody, and yeah, no, it definitely like it built some confidence in me to kind of just I'm not gonna put up with shit like that. And
exactly.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, you don't want to have rabbit ears either. So like every little thing you're gonna hear, you don't want to be like, "Hey, I heard that." But
yeah, no, that's really good to say that because there's plenty of umps out there, you know, young, old, or whatever, that don't have that ability to kind of block out what people say, and they let it get to them and affect how they call a game and this and that, which is not obviously good, but.
What we want, yeah,
right, and you know that's what makes you a really good ump is to have that ability to make sure that you're in charge, but also that you're letting the players play.
Yeah, exactly, and that's the big thing. It's like, every game means something to somebody. Like,
sure.
No matter the level, it means something to somebody. So it's just like that's our right to work our tail off to make sure that game goes as smoothly as possible for everybody because it means something to them. So.
All right. Well, anyone got any more quick questions for him before we move on to our last? We got NFL and fantasy football to talk about.
Okay.
Are we good?
I think we're good.
All right. We'll go NFL right away. And our first topic is Mr. Earl Thomas. The Baltimore Ravens released Earl Thomas earlier yesterday, I believe, or today, one of the two. He got in a fight with his other safety counterpart.
Chuck Clark.
Who is it?
Chuck Clark.
Chuck Clark. I knew it was Clark.
Name.
But yeah, so
like
they released him.
Driver.
They released Earl Thomas for getting in fights, and they weren't having it. But I did see that the 49ers, Dallas Cowboys, Houston Texans, and the Raiders, I believe, are 4 teams that are willing to offer him a contract.
Why wouldn't the Raiders be interested?
Yeah, the Raiders are interested in everybody.
They're all about character there.
Exactly. Just like a rumor I heard earlier, this is one of our other ones. Yannick Ngakwe, however the hell, I can't say his name. He's basically been not asking, but there's been lots of talks of him getting traded, and the Raiders were up for one of the top 2 teams to get him as well. So he was supposed to be moved by today, but they're still looking for trade deals to do with him. So.
And Seattle's interested, but they're listed on every single edge rusher available. So
yeah, I mean they still haven't pulled the trigger on Clowney yet, right?
no, Clowney's still sitting in his basement.
Yeah, dude. That's a great point that you bring up his name though. What is he doing? What is he waiting for?
He doesn't want to play for the Browns. That's it.
Well, like every week that he waits, his contract, like the amount of money he's going to get, is just going to go down.
Dropped. Yeah.
Apparently, it's a report 12 hours ago. It's a 3-team race for Jadeveon Clowney now.
How long has that been for? Like 6 months?
This was 12 hours ago. This article was posted. Being the New England Patriots, Cleveland Browns, and where's the other team here? I think it's still the Titans. No, the Raiders. Okay. Sorry.
The Raiders. Of course, it's the Raiders, right? John Gruden knows what he wants, and he's gonna get it some type of way.
Mm-hmm.
But fuck John Gruden. So, our next type of release or injury we'll talk about. What the hell is his name? Gerald McCoy. Of the Dallas Cowboys
did him dirty though.
I didn't see what happened. I know
that's pretty rough.
He's out for the season. Torn quad, I believe it was. What did the Cowboys do?
And then the next day they
tore that quad earlier. Yeah.
Oh, they cut him?
They cut him the day after he got injured.
I didn't even know he got cut.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
They did him super dirty. He got hurt, and he's going to be out for the year. They cut him the next day.
Damn.
Wow.
So
I did not hear that.
He signed like a 3-year deal or something too. So like that's kind of a.
Yeah. Maybe they're trying to save some money to get Earl Thomas.
Or trying to sign Clowney.
Yeah,
or pay Dak.
I
pay Dak.
Well, I don't think they're gonna pay Dak.
Yeah,
they should though.
No, they won't. What was the other one that I had? We were talking about cuts. Oh, this is what it was. We'll talk about some coronavirus testing in the NFL. Apparently, as of yesterday, Sunday, there was 77 false positive tests that were ran overnight, like again, and they came back negative. So the NFL testing process is pretty fucked up right now. Like the same thing that happened to Matthew Stafford. You know, he had it they said they had it twice, but then it came back negative.
Yeah.
So
they
70,
had
what were you saying?
the Bears had 10. I think the Bears had like 10 false positives. They canceled practice even though they found out about it.
The Vikings had the most at 12.
Oh, really? They had 12? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I know the Packers had a couple. I know Matt LaFleur was talking about it, but I don't know. But I also saw that they haven't had a single positive test, like actual positive test for a player since they started the testing that came.
Yeah, really? Isn't it like what's the number? Is it like 100,000 tests?
Yeah,
it's over that.
And not a single player. Yeah,
not a single player.
It's like 110 or 100. Yeah, 110,000 or something like that.
Damn.
Which puts it at like a fraction of like 1% in terms of the rate or whatever.
Yeah, I don't remember what the amount is, but I know that they haven't had a single player since camp started, which is good news.
It is good news. So we're going to talk about one Ravens wide receiver after we say that Dez Bryant has tested negative for coronavirus, and he did. I don't know if he's tried out yet or if he was going to still try out for the Baltimore Ravens. But speaking of a Baltimore Ravens wide receiver, Marquise Brown, over the last 2 months, he added 23 pounds.
So he weighs a buck 25.
So here, I'll read you it. This is like that Bryson DeChambeau type shit. Hollywood Brown ate 6 clean meals and 4,000 calories per day this offseason, and now weighs 180 pounds after leaving last season weighing 157. This is his daily diet. Breakfast, his snack 2 hours later, protein shake and 2 tablespoons of peanut butter. Lunch, 2.5 hours later, a protein such as steak, chicken, or lamb with rice, potatoes, and greens. A snack again at 2, protein shake, 10 ounces of almond milk, 1 banana, and 2 tablespoons of peanut butter. His dinner is steak, chicken, or salmon with rice, potatoes, and greens. And then his snack, another protein shake, almond milk, yogurt, and peanut butter. So he looks like an absolute tank, and he could be a very solid number 1 wide receiver for the Baltimore Ravens this year.
Whereas you didn't implement his 500 push-ups in the morning, did you? Or is that
Really?
is that just Jalen
6,000 throughout the day,
That's
actually.
Jalen Rager.
He makes Jalen Rager look like an absolute bitch.
Joke.
I hope Jalen Rager tears his ACL.
Wow,
Just because he
that's
does,
a bold statement.
just because he does push-ups and he doesn't do any leg workouts. That's why. No hate on the man.
You don't know that you don't know his workout routine. He might do all leg. That's his only arms is doing push-ups throughout the day.
That is true. You are right.
He does more legs than you, so.
Yeah, that's facts.
So I wouldn't say too much.
Let's see. When was this? August 20th. Field Yates tweeted, "The Jets will be working out former Bears wide receiver Kevin White once the 7th overall picked in the draft."
That's
Okay, let's see. Let's say place bets. Let's say he makes the team. How many days until he gets cut?
2.
until someone gets until someone tests positive, then he's out.
Well, who's their number 1 receiver? Is it
Rashad
Roddy
Perriman
Anderson?
right now.
Rashad Perriman, really?
Rashad Perriman's having a really good camp, actually.
Didn't he get drafted to the Ravens?
Yeah, he was on the Browns last year, had a pretty good year. And then Denzel Mims hurt his hamstring, I think.
Oh, that's right.
Like that.
Yeah. I forgot they drafted.
Rodney Anderson is in Carolina.
Yep.
So and then I don't even know. Name drop the next wide receiver. I really don't know. You literally pick it out of a hat.
Don't they have Quincy and
Jamison
Enunwa?
Crowder. They have Jamison Crowder and Quincy Enunwa. Quincy Enunwa should have broken out 17 times by now.
Yeah. So let's see what else we have on the list. The Raiders are working out Cardale Jones from the once Ohio State and XFL star.
Let's say he makes the team. How many days until he gets cut?
Don't they have Mariota too?
Yeah. John Gruden wants everybody.
And they have Peterman. Also.
Nate Peterman.
No. They cut him.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, I was like, that dude's been gone from my team.
Do they still have Glennon?
I don't know. No, they don't have Glennon. That's
all right. We're gonna get through
Malcolm
this quick.
Smith, the Super Bowl MVP, signed.
With who?
That's a great question. He signed with the Browns.
Wow.
So yeah, cool. All right, what's next?
We're gonna get through these last few ones. Congrats to Jared Stidham for being the starter for about 5-ish minutes.
Yeah, remember when we were talking about how Jared Stidham was going to be the starter for the Patriots, and now he's getting barely any third-team reps. Brian Hoyer is getting more snaps than Jared Stidham.
That you had to have seen that. Cam Newton's usually the starter, and Brian Hoyer is your ideal backup quarterback. Like, there's no one better than him in the league right now.
Dude, Jared Stidham is having Jared Stidham's going to have the fastest exit out of New England ever.
That man went from being a man in New England to being a
Yeah.
The man in New England to be what'd you call him?
The bitch?
Is that what you said, the bitch?
Yeah.
Oh.
He's the ball bitch. He just grabs him out of the net and throws it back.
He's gonna be
That's
holding
what he's
kicks. He's gonna be holding kicks by the end of the year if he doesn't get cut.
Noah, good thing you sold your cards of him when you did that.
Yeah, I know,
They
right?
probably go for jack shit now.
Exactly. Let's see. Do I have any more that I wrote down? No. Okay. We are gonna talk.
Vikings and Dalvin Cook.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Dalvin Cook and the Vikings look like they're making no progress towards a new contract. And Bleacher Report came out and said that they don't think anything's actually going to happen between the two. So
they actually did shut down contract talks. So
completely.
Yeah, they're not having any negotiations as of now.
He said Dalvin Cook said he's focused on week 1 after contract talks between running back and Minnesota broke off. So you are correct.
Yep.
All right, now we're going to do what we like to call the worst article of the week. This one's not really the worst, but there's some very weird, controversial shit to talk about. Let me pull it up really fast. It is what one team or one trade each NFL team should propose before the 2020 season starts.
Is this Bleacher Report?
Yes.
Yeah, I saw this. This is ridiculous. Some are a joke.
Okay, so we're gonna go. We'll go to the Bears. Well, here we'll go to Carolina. Carolina should trade for Jamal Williams, which I don't hate, but why?
They just have Jeremy Chin. There's no point.
Jamal
Williams is a running back.
Jamal. I'm thinking of Jesus Christ. Okay. My bad. Brain fart.
Jeremy Chin.
Why would they need to?
They said they would trade a 2021 5th-round pick for the running back, and then all they do in this article is talk about how much money Christian McCaffrey's getting paid.
So they don't actually say.
And they got Fozzie.
They don't say. They don't say
Fozzie, dude. Fozzie's the goat.
It says McCaffrey is the team's franchise player. There's no reason of why they should trade for Jamal Williams. It makes no sense. So Keith, do you want to take a guess on who the Bears should trade for?
Another tight end.
No, wait, Cole, have you seen this or no?
For?
It says the Chicago Bears should trade for who? I'll give you a guess. I'll give you a guess. He is connected to the Oakland Raiders somehow.
Ooh, I got an idea.
Offense or defense?
Offense.
Yeah.
Tight end.
The Chicago Bears
is it Jason Witten?
No, ready? The Chicago Bears trade their 2021 first-round draft pick to the Las Vegas Raiders for quarterback Derek Carr.
First round pick?
First round, that's what it says.
No
first
shot.
Round pick.
No shot.
I'm not trading
If they do that, I'm shipping Ryan Pitt. I'm personally going to Soldier Field and shipping that man out myself.
I'll read you what it says. It says of all the proposed trades, the Chicago Bears make a run at Las Vegas Raiders quarterback Derek Carr may be the most improbable. But Bears general manager Ryan Pace has to try or risk wasting another season because the team isn't settled at the game's most important position.
Well,
if you trade a first-round pick for
Gruden doesn't
a quarterback,
like Carr.
Yeah,
no.
Yeah. But if you trade a first-round pick for a quarterback, you have to expect to make 2 rounds in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Can't we just trade Trubisky and Derek Carr straight up, just swap quarterback and just see what happens?
It's about fair, yeah. I mean, if Derek Carr's worth the first-round pick, Mitch Trubisky's worth a third, and I don't think that's.
Yeah, exactly.
Cole, did you see who the Packers should trade for?
I don't remember.
Okay, you guys want to take a guess? You guys want to take a guess? Nope. It is a wide receiver.
Yeah, that makes sense.
A slot receiver. Fast. Old.
Deshaun Jackson.
Deshaun Jackson is the correct answer, Mr. Tappy. The Packers should trade their 2021 4th and 6th-round pick to the Philadelphia Eagles for the wide receiver Deshaun Jackson.
I'd say he's worth a 5th round. Just one.
Yeah, let's meet in the middle.
Yeah, meet in the middle. One. Yeah, even that. I don't even think he's worth it. He's old as shit. Like,
Damn.
He's a deep threat receiver who doesn't have deep threat speed anymore.
yeah, exactly.
Doesn't have
That's
like
exactly
that.
it.
The
Mhm.
game is caught up to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't stay healthy to do half the time
right.
anyway. So
Apparently, Devontae Adams
Next.
came out and told reporters, "It's no secret. We were all expecting to have a wide receiver drafted, but that wasn't the case."
Damn shame.
Alan
Damn.
Lazard breakout coming 2020.
Okay, I'm just gonna scroll through these and see if I see any more. Well, wow. You guys want to hear the Jacksonville Jaguars trade Yannick Ngakwe? That's all it says. They should just trade him. Not trade for anybody.
For anything.
at this
Just
point,
get
it's
him
like
out
a
of the
bag of
locker.
chips and a high five. I would
Just-
say
Jimmy John sandwich.
we'll pay you to take this guy because he is.
Okay, ready,
annoying.
Alex? Alex is really gonna like this. The Miami Dolphins should trade
Oh,
for the
boy.
running back Marlon Mack.
Yeah.
Thoughts?
Yo.
That's a good.
You know,
Ooh.
I thought Miami was going to be, Miami should have drafted Swift. Marlon Mack is a good running back, so I don't hate it, and it gives Jonathan Taylor all the carries.
More
exactly.
carries. Well, they have one more running back, don't they? The Colts.
Naheem Hines.
Naheem
Yeah,
Hines.
Hines
that's
is more of a
fine.
pass catching back, though, isn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he still runs the ball
Mhm.
pretty good. So
He's like a third down back ish.
yeah. The Minnesota Vikings should trade for a nose tackle Tim Settle from the Washington football team.
Okay.
Patriots should trade for OJ Howard.
Yeah, imagine
Okay.
being a Vikings fan trying to see who you should trade for, and then you get Tim Settle as your slide. I'm instantly backing out of the PowerPoint.
And I don't think the Seattle Seahawks should trade for another running back, Royce Freeman. That's
Why?
what it says.
They have 8 on their roster. Do they
I
need-
don't know. And the Washington football team should trade for David Njoku. So,
I like that. Actually, I do.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
Dwayne Haskins looks good, man. I'm telling you.
Well,
He's gonna
the
be-
reason why it looks good is because their DBs are dog shit.
Yeah, that's very true. So, all right. Now, I don't know where Keith went, but we're going to do this. We are going to talk about – did any of you see Matthew Berry's love-hate list?
I did.
As of late, I can pull it up.
No, we're going to go through it. That's what we're going to
Okay.
do.
Got it.
Oh, we'll wait for Keith to sit back down so we can get
I see
thoughts.
Keith Grove. He's muted.
First person that he hates, Derrick Henry.
Wait, did Keith hear that? No,
Keith, where you at?
If you
There you
hate
are.
Derrick Henry, I'm beating your ass on site.
Yeah.
Derrick Henry's not a top 10 running back.
That's it. You're getting
All right,
it.
enough beef. Just kidding. All right, so we're gonna go through Matthew Berry's preseason love-hate list for our fantasy football segment this week. Quarterbacks that Matthew Berry likes in 2020 or loves in 2020. Number 1 quarterback, Dak
Kirk Cousins.
Prescott.
Okay.
Okay, Dak Prescott's a love. Tom Brady is a love for fantasy football. Daniel Jones is a love. Ben Roethlisberger and others receiving votes, Jared Goff, Gardner Minshew, and potentially Teddy Bridgewater. And now we'll go to the hate, and we'll compare, all right? Hate, number 1 quarterback. Aaron Rodgers.
Okay. Could have saw that coming.
Jimmy
Yeah,
Garoppolo.
Yeah.
Actually, those are the only 2. He only hates Aaron Rodgers and Jimmy Garoppolo.
Yeah,
So,
Jimmy Garoppolo's receivers are basically nothing right now, so I see
Mhm.
that. And then Aaron Rodgers, I can see why people hate him. I mean, I don't necessarily like him really for fantasy either. I mean, I like him because I think he's going to be good, but other than that, like if I wasn't
Mhm.
a Packer fan, I wouldn't probably like him.
He hasn't been a good fantasy quarterback since 2014.
Yeah, so.
all right, we'll move on to his running backs. Alex is going to start beating
I
off
guess-
during
Okay, so what do you think about Tom Brady being on his love list?
Tom Brady is if
There's
he
talent
does
there to
if he does what he did when Gronk was in New England, he performed at a very good pace for a fantasy wise. I think, when he had all the weapons there. But last year proved that he's kind of dog shit when he has no one to throw the ball to besides Julian Edelman.
Yeah.
So I could see it. He has so many people to throw the ball to. It's unfair. So.
A podcast I listened to recently, they said that he didn't leave his dynasty in New England to be a glorified game manager in Tampa Bay. Like, he's going to throw the ball a lot.
Yeah. He wants to prove he's got something left in the tank. He's got 2 years to do it.
Yeah, and he wants to prove that he can win on his own. I think that I could definitely see a world where people really like Tom Brady this year.
Mm-hmm. All right, now we'll go to running backs that he loves. And obviously, Matthew Berry loves his running backs because number one on his love list, the rookie running back, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, who Alex will pay anything for.
I called it out before Damian Williams got drafted.
That was.
Hey, I'm okay with it. Next on the list, he's predicting a back-to-back year from Austin Eckler, having somewhat of a solid season again. Josh Jacobs is on his love list. Chris Carson is on his love list.
Yes.
It says death, taxes, and me banging the drum for Chris Carson. So.
I didn't know where that was going.
Chris Carson.
And so the last one that
and me banging Chris Carson.
So the last one that he loves is David Johnson. And I know we have a
that's
lot
a
of hate
sneaky
for
play.
David Johnson. Alex doesn't like David Johnson at all.
Cole doesn't like David Johnson either. I know that for a fact.
Yeah.
I still think he could have a solid year.
I think he's in a better
good in
system
Houston.
now.
Yeah, because if Carlos Hyde can rush for 1,000 yards, I'm pretty sure David Johnson can at least rush for 1,200. So.
Yeah, as long as he can stay healthy, I think that's part of it.
Maybe I just have too much beef with David Johnson because when I drafted him, he got hurt in the first game. Every week it was like, yeah, he's coming back. He's making progress. Never played the rest of the season. Just for a wrist. He fractured his wrist or something. And it just the whole season, he didn't even play. But I ended up winning that year, so it worked out.
Others receiving votes. There's a lot of them. Kareem Hunt.
That sucks, Alex.
Kareem Hunt. He has Kareem Hunt over Nick Chubb.
Well, he just like Kareem Hunt's value more. Than
Yeah,
like Nick Chubb.
Yeah, it's not like he's not.
No, he doesn't.
Going to be a star.
It's based on ADP.
Mm-hmm. Raheem Mostert.
Value.
Tevin Coleman, one of those two. Jordan Howard, Darrell Henderson Jr., Antonio Gibson out of Washington. He likes Zach Moss and Anthony McFarland, and the steal of Boston Scott.
Keep me out of all those backfields. I don't want anything to do with any of those backfields at all.
Absolutely. Especially the Rams. Fuck the Rams.
And the 49ers, like they have any guy can go out. Like it's not like one guy is going to be the guy.
Exactly.
Especially with Jerick McKinnon back. Jerick McKinnon's having like a lot of buzz in camp. And why do you think that Kyle Shanahan has held on to him for so long?
Mm-hmm.
He's their gadget guy. He'll be good.
What, like 2 years?
Yeah, he's there still for a reason.
All right, so we're going to go running backs that he hates, and I know Tappy's going to be butthurt, and I know we're going to enjoy this a lot, but Leonard Fournette is the number one hated running back for Matthew Berry this year.
Yeah, fuck him, man. I've given up.
You're giving up
Burn the jersey, dude. Straight away.
Burn the jersey. Miles Sanders is the second one for his hate list.
Because of ADP. Because Miles Sanders and ADPs has split
He's
up
like top
to
10.
8 to 10 range. He's in top 10 picks.
What the fuck?
Like Miles Sanders is a really good running back, but I don't know if I'm paying top 10 for him.
No.
And the problem is that he only really produced in the back half of the season. I mean,
yeah,
that's when he got most of his workload.
And he's already had hamstring issues to start.
And he's in the Philadelphia backfield where Doug Peterson.
That's where running backs go to die.
Well, no, it's not really. They run a backfield by committee there. That's just what they do.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. Next one, DeAndre Swift from the Lions. Who knows what's going to go on back there?
Because he's in
He's for
Detroit.
Lions.
Kerryon
Yeah, he plays
Johnson,
for the Lions.
DeAndre Swift, and Bo Scarborough. Oh my
Don't
God.
they have
Beer bottle.
who's the big dude? Who's the big dude? Do you know who I'm talking about? LeGarrette Blunt. LeGarrette
yeah.
Blunt.
Yeah, beer bottle.
Is he still there?
Yeah, beer bottle.
Beer bottle.
Uh,
I get what you mean. Okay. Sorry, I didn't know where that was going.
No, I think he's a free agent. He hasn't played in a couple years, I don't think.
No,
Yeah.
he signed
He
with them
played
last
last
year, I
year.
thought. Yeah.
He played last year. A little
I'm
bit.
pretty
I
sure
think.
Josh Boyd picked him up on one of his 500 transactions. So, next one, Tyreek Cohen is the last hate on the list. Pass catchers that he loves.
Do you also hate Tariq Cohen?
No, I think he'll get a lot more workload this season than he did last, but it will see.
I think
I
David
still like
Confident in
Montgomery.
the Bears backfield.
What'd you say?
Are you confident in the Bears backfield?
Yeah, I like the backfield that they have with the two. It's just a
Oh,
matter of
LeGarrette Blunt
Matt
did not
Nagy
play
has to get
last
that
year.
offense going.
Garrett Blunt didn't play last year?
He played 2 years ago.
I
Yeah.
guess that's what it was.
I thought it was last year. Sorry. Okay, pass catchers that he loves. Allen Robinson. Robert Woods. Scary Terry McLaurin. Michael Gallup. Marquise Brown. Mark Andrews. Hayden Hurst. Every single pass catcher
Man,
who's on the Baltimore Ravens last year.
I love Matthew Berry, bro.
Others receiving votes: Marvin Jones, Will Fuller, Sterling Shepard, Deontay Johnson, Alan Lazard, Brashad Perryman, Anthony Miller, N'Keal Harry, Noah Fant, Mike Gesicki, Juno Smith. I wouldn't draft the rest of these guys anyway. They're like third-string tight ends.
Hey, quick on Will Dissly. He ruptured his Achilles and he's back in 8 months. That's the most wild thing ever. And that's coming after he tore his ACL the year before. That guy,
telling me not to touch Will Dissly.
You know, he's Iron Man. That's what I'm telling you.
Will Dissly.
You
remember the last time we heard Iron Man? Do you guys remember the name Ryan Matthews? I'm pretty sure he had over 40 different bolts and plates in his one leg after like 3 years of the NFL. That was Iron Man. Okay, now we're going to go pass catchers that he hates. He had Dak as his love. He has Amari Cooper as his hate.
I get that.
Cortland Sutton is a hate. Henry Ruggs III is a hate. Jared Cook, everyone hates Jared Cook anyway. Hunter Henry, fuck that guy.
Wow, that's so
I
tough.
think that's it. You like Hunter Henry so much, and I can never get on the Hunter Henry train. I'm not gonna lie.
Who are they going to throw the ball to in Los Angeles? With the Chargers. Who are they going to throw the ball to?
They're gonna throw the ball to nobody.
Keenan Allen.
You want to know the name? Keenan Allen, and right behind him, KJ Hill. That guy, don't sleep on him. Don't sleep on him, okay?
Mike Williams is hurt too. He's week to week,
Really?
which right now is probably more like 3 weeks.
Well, it's a surprise to no one, I feel like.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude's always hurt. We have some breaking news as of 2 minutes ago. Minnesota Wolves owner Glenn Taylor is in advanced talks to sell the Wolves and Lynx to former I don't know, it means Grizzly. Minority owner Daniel E. Strauss.
So is Kevin Garnett in this group? I sure hope so.
I hope so.
All right. Do we have anything else anyone wants to throw out there?
I guess.
Questions, concerns, comments? Anything?
Do we want to talk? You guys got one guy that you absolutely hate not drafting, 0 chance. Doesn't matter where you are, how much he goes for. You will not touch this guy.
A.J. Green.
Interesting.
And you can't repeat. So Cole just said AJ Green.
I feel like I have something. I just gotta think. Hold on.
Well,
Well, I would never touch.
I'll go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Cole.
Well, I mean,
We just give a quick explanation why AJ Green. I can't deal with the week to week hamstring, then a groin, then a hamstring, then a groin, then a concussion, then an ankle injury. I can't do
turf toe,
whatever you name it. Just every week, it's an injury, it's something wrong, and I'm not wasting. Even if I'm not wasting the roster spot. I don't know if I get them extremely cheap or for nothing. Basically, I'm not wasting the roster spot on a guy that I have no confidence in that's even going to play.
Mm-hmm. I know who Alex is going to say because that's who I want to say, but you can go.
Leonard Fournette.
Oh, okay. I wasn't going to go with Leonard Fournette.
I've hated Leonard Fournette the last 3 years. I really just don't like dealing with. He doesn't score touchdowns. He really doesn't. For how big he is, he's not really that much of an effective runner. And he's got a bunch of ankle injuries. I don't know. And that offense is awful. Like they're gonna pass 40 times a game. So, I mean, how much is he really gonna touch the ball?
Yeah, I agree. All right, this is what I'm gonna go with. James Conner. And let me tell you why.
Yeah, great point. Great point.
He was a rookie 2 years ago. Am I right on that? When Le'Veon Bell was still there?
3 years ago.
3 years ago. He can't stay healthy to save his fucking life. And whoever's running that damn injury list that says he's going to be day-to-day, he might play, he might not, fuck that guy. All right? I'm never touching James Conner unless he can prove himself 16 games straight this year if he stays healthy. Even if he doesn't play, if he just stays healthy, then I might potentially draft him. But this year is a no-go.
Tappy or Keith?
Keith, you got one off the top of your head? I'm debating for two right now.
Yeah, same. Ooh. Oh, okay, I got one. The one guy I'm staying away from, Stephon Diggs. I don't care he's in a new offense. I don't like that man. I can't. He is so inconsistent.
He's just a hateable guy, in my opinion. Well, you guys know how much I hate Stephon Diggs.
Yeah, I hate Stephon Diggs too, so don't feel bad.
But I just think that Kirk Cousins is a more efficient passer than Josh Allen is. I know it's because he only throws 10-yard outs. But if Josh Allen starts playing bad, how long until Stephon Diggs starts complaining about not getting the ball enough? So he'll start crying.
Exactly. All right, Mr. Tappy, end us home.
Jared Goff.
I love that pick. Fuck that guy.
Jared Goff?
I hate Jared Goff this year.
The whole Rams offense. Fuck him.
I was gonna say Robert Woods, but I just went with Stephon.
Like that would be another one. Like I don't see.
I'm not touching Robert
I
Woods.
am truly amazed that Jared Goff has a Super Bowl under his belt. Granted, sure, it came at the hands of a blown PI call, but Jared Goff has not been the number 2 pick that the Rams used.
I think he proved it maybe his second or third year in, but like last year.
Yeah, he had that. That was a really, but no, he was so bad last year.
And to throw it on top of your pick, he's a top 5 paid quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
I know. Oh my gosh.
Another guy that's connected to the Rams, Todd Gurley. He could be really good. I just don't want to deal with Denise. I don't know how. I just
That's
don't
a
know how
valid
that's
point.
going to end up.
Yeah, a lot of it comes back to injury for a lot of guys. Like mine with AJ Green, I'm not wasting a roster spot on a guy that I can't trust is going to even play.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Like sure, if Todd Gurley or AJ Green or like Noah said, James Conner, sure they could be top 10 in their position. Like they're talented enough where they could do it. It's just a matter of they haven't shown that they can stay healthy in the past couple years. Yeah, and I don't know. I think that the Falcons are one of those offenses that are going to throw 40 times also.
Mm-hmm.
And it's different in an auction league because every dollar does count. I mean, until you get to the end where you're just spending $1 on guys and it doesn't matter as much. But in terms of just like a normal snake draft, just, wasting a pick or whatever on, just not, it doesn't matter that much just because you have to take someone there. So it's not like the money you got to spend on your guys for your team. But
yeah.
So it's
so
different.
You're not. Would you rather spend? It's a matter of would you rather spend $20 for Chris Carson or Melvin Gordon, or $20 on Leonard Fournette or Ty Gurley? It's like there's risk. There's risk with the other two, and I guess there's risk with Melvin Gordon and Chris Carson. But it's tough with all those guys where
Chris Carson.
Injury and fumbling and
everything that a running back could go wrong with.
So anyway,
All right.
I think that kind of just wraps it up.
Last questions, thoughts, or concerns, anybody? We all good? Mr. Tappy, thank you very much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Greatly appreciate your great talks, and we love asking your questions. So
it's a pleasure.
We'll wrap up here. If you guys made it this far, thank you very much. We love the support. Go follow us on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, all at the On Season Sports Podcast. And go listen to our
home run.
Good for Justin Smoke hit a double or some shit earlier too. What I was gonna say is go listen to our previous episodes. Go listen to our new episodes every Monday at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time, noon Eastern. This one will be going up Tuesday actually because we're recording on Monday. So stay tuned for that. And that's all I got. This is the On
2 weeks
Season
from
Sports
football,
Pod.
baby.
Yeah, 2 weeks, August 10th, and next episode we'll probably have like our fantasy football draft
wrap
recap.
up. We could do how about a analysis of teams in our fantasy football league?
Well, the Cole, Keith, and Alex will do their new team or their new house next week. So hopefully we can put more than one episode out a week because we're not dealing with shitty internet and time. So we'll figure it out. We'll do some more fantasy football stuff because we are getting in that mood. So, and stay tuned for NBA mock drafts. All right, On Season Sports Podcast signing out. Peace.